The final meeting at Happy Valley is on Wednesday night, meeting number 87 of the season. It's the final racing to win of the season as well. A very warm welcome to the show. I'm Andrew Lejeune. Please say I'm joined by our form analyst Paul Lally and race caller Tom Wood as well. Tom, and it should be a big finish as well with the 9 races on the programme. Yeah,
good 9-race programme coming up at Happy Valley Wednesday night. The season finale here in Hong Kong for the Jockey Club. Some good races through the course of the evening and plenty of stories to play out, of course, in terms of the Trainers' Championship with Ricky Yu sitting on 67. He's only got 4 runners engaged through the course of the evening, starting from race number 5, so he'll be looking for couple of winners, but I think he's got it sewn up there. Tony Cruz, of course, with countbacks at the moment, equal with Francis Loy, but Tony Cruz sitting in second. Francis Loy, he's got the most runners out of the 3 trainers on the programme Wednesday night. He kicks off from race number 2, 7 runners engaged, so Francis looking for a big finish.
He certainly is. Yeah, it's not over till it's over, Paul. As far as the jackpots are concerned, we had a big TT on the weekend. We've got another one on Wednesday.
Yeah, deja vu with this jackpot we've got coming up. 6.2 million starting pool, so expecting it to get up to 12 million for a winning single $10 unit. So it should be a really good card of racing, as Tom said, for the finale. Some really even races throughout the night, and of course these triple trios are never easy.
Yep. All right, we'll get into that in a bit more detail in the programme at Happy Valley. Before all that, though, we'll look back on the weekend action at Sha Tin with our racing review. All right, we've picked out the Sha Tin Mile Trophy as the feature race on Sunday. And Fast Most Furious, really good run from him. Under the weights, the horse on his inside was £12 better off General Delight with on their last meeting. But he's absolutely cruising here, Tom, at the 300-metre mark.
Yeah, Zach had a lap full of horse under him here, asked him for the big response here, and he certainly did respond. Fast Most Furious for David Hall. He's not had heaps of races for his age, this horse, but knows how to win and won strongly here. Pressure Ship winner, a much better race. Good old Savvy 9 through between runners and along the inside them, General's Delight. He stuck on okay, Paul, but I'm not totally convinced he's flat out 1600-metre horse.
Yeah, it might be the query with him, but those 4 horses were well clear of everything else. And look, he had this horse Cherry Ripe on the day, did David Hall, one of a couple of winners for him. Of course, Some Street Somewhere won nicely as well.
Yep, and the reason for the extra big smile from Zach, which you can't see right there, is that was the race that secured the Jockeys' Championship for him as well. Joe started off with a winner, but he couldn't catch him after that. Fast Most Furious got 5. The impressive one, though, Tom, on the day was Skyfield.
Yep, and the handicappers haven't missed Skyfield. He copped 14 points, so takes him to a rating of 71. Private Rocket was a good winner, as too was Good Luck Friend. Super Oasis was able to win and get a clutch of points. They're taking him into the high 90s. Natural Storm, another one for Ricky Yu. And good old Circuit Hasler was able to bring up his second win.
Yeah, just after you rubbished him. No, I think we both did, actually. Andrew stuck firm, though, with him, and he did win nicely.
There might have been a few other horses on that page I said bad things about as well.
Vigor Champ was a good win as well, and he hasn't been with the new stable for long.
Absolutely. All right, well, they were the big movers on the big winners on the day as well. We'll see if we can find some more for next season with our horses to follow. All right, Paul, the final meeting at Sha Tin, then what caught your eye?
Well, a horse who hadn't done too much today, but Jenny picked him out from the paddock and put him in the numbers. A horse here called Diamond Pegasus. He was wide most of the way as well. So it was a nice run from him. You can see him coming down the outside in those mauve blinkers, and I thought he stayed on really strongly. He did have clear air out there, so he wasn't caught up in any traffic. But as I mentioned, he was quite wide. The winner here is very, very good, and you can see Skyfield running away with it. But I like the way this horse finished in behind him. So a nice run from him, I thought.
All right, Diamond Pegasus, put that in your notebook, and looking forward to Skyfield returning next season as well. Tom, what about you? What did you spot?
Went with the John Moore runner, Halaku Knight. Not sure whose stable he's going to end up in, so we keep an eye out on the changes part of the website. But it was actually a better run from him, his best run here. For third, this race here, of course, over the 1,200 metres. Now, we brought form from overseas, Halaku Knight, with Peter and Paul Snowden from Australia. He'd won at Muswellbrook and he'd won at Randwick as well. He'd only had 4 runs over there, but maybe he started to acclimatise. This was his best run. That was, of course, there behind Vigor Champ.
All right, I found another John Moore horse as well. Now, whilst I don't know exactly who he's going to, before he arrived here in Hong Kong. He was trained by a certain David Hay, so maybe he'll make the straight switch there. But this is a good effort from him, finishing third. He's been running over the 1,000 metres his last couple of starts, back up to the 1,200 metres here. Neil Callan in the saddle. I think there's plenty to like about this as well. Good Luck Friends was the winner, who's looked most progressive this season. This is the final race of the Sha Tin programme, in actual fact. So Joe Moreira signed off with him. But Metro winner, I think it'd be a nice horse for next year. All right, those are horses to follow then out of Sunday's programme. As far as the suspensions were concerned, well, Dylan Moe picked up a day, but that day is until next season. Happy Valley the 9th, the first meeting back, and Jerry Chow, careless riding. He had a double, so a little bit of sting in the tail for Jerry. $30,000 fine, and he will make his Happy Valley debut on a Wednesday night as well. He's got a decent book of rides for our final meeting of this season. It's meeting number 87. We're on the B course. I think he's got rides in 8 of the 9 races in actual fact. We start off with a Class 5. We've got 2 Class 5s on the programme. This over the 1,800 metres. Polymanuck drops back into this class. Ultimately, he's a 3-time winner, but they've all been over the 1,650. Bundle of Energy run up on his last 2 starts. Hayrum was the last start winner at Sha Tin over the 2,200 metres. Jerry Chow, his Happy Valley debut will be on Baby Storm from barrier number 12. Turf Brilliance placed on the all-weather, or 4th on the all-weather last time out. Great Smart was a winner 2 starts back, 3rd on the all-weather last time out himself. And the likes of Money Marshall and Money Winner, off marks of 19, would need a decent win or run here to get them up the handicap for next season. Money Winner is one of those horses that's been up at Chung Fa in the last 30 days. Speed for the opener, Tom.
Yeah, speed here with Baby Storm and Money Marshall, as you said, fighting for his career here in Hong Kong as Money Marshall. Bring It On might be able to secure a nice run. He actually has won a trial this season at Happy Valley over 1,700 metres back in April. Bring It On. Polymere Luck normally likes to race handy. Great Smart, Turf Brilliant. Hay Run might be the one that's caught out on a limb. Bundle of Energy will get back, but be running on no doubt at the end.
Baby Storm, look, he's stepping up to 1,800 metres for the first time, and it's the first ride for Jerry Chow. He's got Barry 12 too, just to cap that off. But the 1,800 metres start's a kind start. You've got the whole front straight, and he does go forward. Keep Winning moves nicely. He can see in the inside with his the partner horse on the inside. He's closest to us, and he moves really nicely. Does Keep Winning, just comes away from him towards the end of the scallop as well. And Great Smart. Now this will be his 4th start for the new stable, and he's had a 6th, a 1st, and a 3rd on the all-weather last time. So a horse who's really improved and goes really nicely once again in his work.
All right, we'll have a look at that run on the all-weather in a moment of Great Smart when he finished 3rd. Let's start off, though, with Bundle of Energy. Now, Bundle of Energy is yet to win in how many? 23 starts he's had so far. 2nd try at the trip. He was placed in his previous effort. He's runner-up on his last 2 starts. We've got Baby Storm and Success All-Stars as well, Tom.
Yeah, he finished off strongly here again, Bundle of Energy. Just does enough to keep you interested pretty much every time. He settled in the last 4 in transit, finished strongly. The winner was able to shoot up the inside there. That, of course, being an impeccable fellow. But again, Paul found one to beat him.
Yeah, I've got him in the numbers, but not on top as well. He's always won for exotics, isn't he? But he just can't seem to get his nose in front from his 23 starts today.
All right, I think this might be his night for Bundle of Energy. Great Smart, though. You talked about him, Paul, being in good form. This is the run on the all-weather with Turf Brilliant further back. Yeah,
look, I like this run from him, and I really liked his win when he did run at Sha Tin. He did win really nicely there. It was a yielding track, but he did beat Mr. Monty, and Mr. Monty has come out and run well once again since. He comes back to Happy Valley. Now, he's had 7 starts under a previous stable, but he hasn't been in this type of form. So I'm going to give him a chance here. He's the one I'm going to go with as Great Smart.
He backed up the win with a solid outing last time out. It covered more ground than the early settlers into the first turn. He was 6 deep and then pretty much 3 wide, no cover throughout. So I think was probably entitled to knock up there, but he stayed on to his credit. And Turf Brilliant actually produced probably his best run here. So maybe he's worth looking at again.
All right, so Bundle of Energy is our favourite, Paul, but he's not taking any of yours?
He's in there, but not on top. I'm going to go the one we just saw, Great Smart. I think he's going really well for the new stables. Quite well rated horse with just that 1 win now as well. He's on a rating of 28. I think there's rating points in hand for him. Baby Storm will give Jerry Chow a chance from the front up to 1,800 metres, a son of Redwood, so that looks ideal for him. A Bundle of Energy, he's hard to leave out as a place getter there. And Polymer Luck, now his 3 wins have been in the 40s. He's now down here into Class 5, barrier number 9, and should get a nice run. So we'll give him the opportunity into this class. He's by pins out of a Savabell mare, so 1,800 should be, in theory, okay for him. 9, 4, 2 and 1. Got 9 to win. Tom, are you going to stick with Hayrun?
I've never been a fan of Hayrun, so I'm not with Hayrun at all, but 6 non-winners in this race. I'll go with a horse that has won a race. That is Great Smart. Back that went up with a solid run last time out. Polymer Luck I've thrown in. He's got a good record with Chad Schofield on board. He just knocked up over the final stages last time out after he was on speed and couldn't get things his own way. Bundle of Energy goes in, and I'm throwing in Bring It On. He has won a trial at Happy Valley over 1,700 metres back in April over a horse, Andrew, that has come out and rocked the total already this season. Divine Unicorn, 9, 1, 2 and 10.
Yeah, I've included Bring It On as well. It'll be ridden by Ben So, his final day in the saddle, final night in the saddle for Ben, riding for Dennis Yip. So maybe it could be the grandstand or the fairy tale finish for Ben.